Imagine holding a coin in your hand, one so rare, so valuable, that it could change your life forever. But what if I told you that a simple 1980p Thomas Jefferson nickel might be worth up to $1 million? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear could make you rich. We all know that rare coins can be a powerful way to secure financial freedom, right? But you may think that only coins like the 1909 SVDB Lincoln Cent or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel are the ones worth big money. Well, think again. The 1980p Thomas Jefferson nickel, yes, the one you might have in your coin jar right now, could be worth a fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's just a regular nickel. Nothing special about it. But here's where things get interesting. You see, this specific mint mark, P, the one from the Philadelphia Mint, was not intended to be rare. In fact, millions of these coins were struck. But there's something about this coin, a rare error, that can make it worth a small fortune if you know what to look for, and this isn't just some simple coin error either. This is an error that, if you find it, could be worth as much as $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a coin from 1980, a coin you probably didn't give a second glance to when you came across it in your change. So, what makes this coin so valuable? The answer lies in a small but incredibly important detail: its die crack. Now, let me break it down for you. A die crack occurs when there's a crack in the die used to strike the coin. It's a manufacturing flaw, but it's one that can create something unique. That little crack can make all the difference in the world when it comes to coin value, and these die cracks. They're extremely rare on the 1980p Jefferson nickel, but when you find one, hold on to it. It could mean the difference between a nickel worth 5 cents and one worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even $1 million. Now, don't go rushing to check every 1980p nickel you own. That would be like finding a needle in a haystack. It's not just any die crack, it's got to be the right one, in the right place. But when you find it, that's when things get interesting. So, what should you do now? Well, it's not like you're gonna find $1 million coin just by scrolling through your pocket change, right? Unless you're secretly hiding a treasure chest under your bed. Pause for humor, but you get the idea. Keep your eyes open, stay informed, and you'll be ready when that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity comes knocking. Now that we've uncovered how rare and valuable this 1980p Jefferson nickel can be, let's talk about the next step: what to do if you find one. Here's the thing: you might not be able to just walk into a local coin shop and expect to walk out with $1 million check. In fact, many collectors are going to be cautious, offering you less than the full value. That's why you need to know your coin's worth. When you're ready to sell, be smart. Do your research. Get your coin professionally graded by experts at the NGC or PCGS. A coin's grade can drastically affect its price, so the higher the grade, the higher the value. But here's the cliffhanger: what if this is just the tip of the iceberg? What if I told you that there are even more rare coins out there, hiding in your spare change, worth even more than $1 million? Stay tuned, because in upcoming videos, I'll reveal even more incredible finds that could make you wealthy. So, now that you know the value of the 1980p Jefferson nickel, I want to leave you with a question. What are you waiting for? The opportunity to make life-changing money could be sitting in your coin collection right now. 1981 that could be worth up to $1 million. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might just discover that your spare change is hiding a fortune. Let's start with something you may have never even thought twice about. The 1981p mint mark Thomas Jefferson nickel. A coin you've probably come across in your pocket change. A coin you may have tossed aside without a second thought. But here's the shocking truth: this seemingly ordinary nickel could be worth far more than its face value. But why? What makes this particular coin so special? Here's where things get interesting. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these Jefferson nickels, and most of them are, well, just regular nickels. However, a rare few came out with a tiny mistake that you might not even notice. These coins are known for their double die obverse error. When you look closely at the lettering and the image of Jefferson on the coin, you might see a slight doubling or blurring, a mistake that wasn't caught by the mint. And this tiny flaw is what makes the coin so valuable. Now, imagine finding one of these rare nickels in your pocket change. It might sound too good to be true, but the reality is, there are people right now who are making serious money by identifying these hidden gems. Are you one of them? Stick around, because I'll show you exactly what to look for. Let's talk about the numbers. Because this isn't just a random piece of trivia, this is about money. Big money. A well-preserved 1981 P Jefferson nickel with the double die obverse error can sell for hundreds of dollars. But here's the catch: in mint condition, these coins could fetch even more. In fact, a single nickel could be valued at up to $1 million if it's the right kind and in the right condition. Now, before you start running to your coin jar, let me explain. Condition is everything. A coin that's been tossed around in your pocket or spent at the store likely won't be worth much. But if you find a well-preserved 1981 P nickel, perhaps one in a collection passed down from a family member, or a coin you randomly find at a garage sale, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Imagine the excitement of selling a coin for thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands. But to get there, you need to know what to look for. You need to be able to spot the differences, understand the nuances of the minting error, and take action before someone else does. And remember, time is ticking. These rare coins are out there, but they're getting harder to find. Now, here's the part that will make you sit on the edge of your seat. The market for rare and valuable coins is booming. There are collectors, investors, and enthusiasts hunting for these coins every day. If you're not looking carefully, you could easily miss out. And here's the truth: there's a sense of urgency here. If you find one of these rare 1981 P nickels, you may not have long to sell it at top dollar. The window of opportunity is closing. More and more people are learning about these valuable coins, and the competition to find them is increasing. Every day, people are taking their collections to auction houses and coin dealers, and the price is rising. Do you really want to wait until you're left in the dust, wishing you'd sold that coin when you had the chance? But don't panic. There's hope. There's still time for you to cash in. But you have to be quick. You need to start looking through your spare change, at your coin collections, and maybe even at those old coins you've been holding onto for years. It's not just about luck, it's about seizing the opportunity when it's right in front of you. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. This coin could be worth a ton of money. But how do I know if it's the real deal? Great question, and I've got the answer coming up. Because if you find one of these nickels, you'll want to know exactly how to get it appraised, how to sell it, and how to avoid common mistakes that could cost you thousands. So, keep watching, because the final piece of this puzzle is coming up next, and trust me, it's going to change how you think about coins forever. But first, let's take a quick break to talk about what to do if you suspect your 1981 P nickel is the real deal. You don't want to just send it off to anyone or accept any offer. I'm going to share how to get the best price and avoid the biggest traps in the coin market. Are you ready to turn your spare change into a fortune? The 1981 P Jefferson nickel may just be the ticket to a richer lifestyle. But only if you take action today. Keep your eyes peeled for the double die obverse error, check your coin collections, and take your time to learn what makes these rare coins so valuable. Remember, coins like these don't come around every day, and finding one could be the break you've been waiting for. The question is, will you seize the opportunity before someone else does? Have you ever stopped to look at a coin and wonder, could this be worth more than I think? What if I told you that a simple coin, minted nearly 30 years ago, could be worth a small fortune, up to $1 million? I know, it sounds crazy, right? But this isn't a fantasy, this is happening right now. Today, we're talking about a coin that's been hiding in plain sight for decades, the 1994 D Mint Mark Thomas Jefferson nickel. Now, hold on, because what I'm about to share with you could change your financial future. So, if you've got a jar of old coins sitting in the back of your closet, or even just a few loose ones lying around, you'll want to pay close attention. You might be sitting on a goldmine, literally. Let's start with the basics. The 1994 D Thomas Jefferson nickel, part of the iconic series that has been in circulation for decades, isn't your average pocket change. It's easy to overlook, but when you dig deeper, you'll see that a few of these nickels were minted with a rare and significant flaw that could make them worth millions. But why are some of these 1994 D coins so valuable? It's all about rarity and condition. A regular nickel, even one from 1994, typically isn't worth much more than 5 cents. However, certain versions of this coin carry an unusual, nearly invisible characteristic that makes them stand out from the rest. And that's where the money is. Now, I can almost hear you thinking, but I'm not a coin expert. How could I even know if I've got one of these rare coins? Here's the thing, it's easy to miss. Most people wouldn't even bat an eye at a 1994 D nickel. But for those who know what to look for, it's a treasure trove. Imagine being the one who finds it. The one who sees the value hidden beneath that worn surface. That's the difference between just another coin collector and someone who turns their hobby into a lifestyle of wealth. And here's where the fear factor kicks in. What if someone else finds it before you do? The market is out there, waiting for these coins. Do you want to be the one who lets it slip through your fingers? So, what makes this particular coin so valuable? The magic is in the details. There's a tiny, almost undetectable error on some 1994 D nickels, a unique die crack that can create a subtle but significant flaw in the minting process. That little flaw can change everything. When graded by a professional, coins like this have been known to fetch incredible prices. We're talking up to $1 million for just one nickel. And trust me, it's not just a fluke, this has happened, and it's happening right now. Now, you're probably wondering how to spot a rare one, right? Great question. There's a specific spot on the coin to check. Look closely at the reverse of the coin, around the edge near the rim. If you see a tiny crack, even a small one, it could be a sign that you have one of these rare mint errors. It's not always easy to spot, but the more you know, the better your chances of finding it. Now, here's where it gets urgent. These coins are being discovered, and their values are only going up. The market for rare coins, especially error coins, is exploding. Right now is your chance to act before the prices go even higher. Just imagine looking through your change drawer and discovering a coin worth a small fortune. You could turn that coin into something life-changing, and you don't want to miss this opportunity that we're in the midst of a coin market boom. Rare coins, especially ones with minting errors, are being bought and sold at record prices. It's no longer a niche hobby, it's a thriving market for those in the know. The big question is, are you going to sit back and wait, or will you take action now and dive into this exciting opportunity? But here's the catch, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to find one of these rare coins. The demand for valuable nickels is rising, and every day, collectors and dealers are snapping them up. If you wait, you may miss your chance to sell a coin worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. You may be thinking, I've heard about rare coins before, but this feels different. How do I know if my coin is worth that much? Well, let me just say this, if you think it might be valuable, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. But you don't have to wait until you're sure. A lot of people are getting their hands on rare coins right now, and the market is moving faster than ever before. What happens next could be your big break. But before we go deeper into how you can get your hands on these rare nickels, let me tell you, there's something even more mind-blowing I need to share with you about these coins. I'm talking about a hidden detail that could make all the difference, so stick around until the end. You won't believe what I have to show you. Now, you're probably itching to get your hands on that jar of old coins, right? Go ahead and check it out. The time to act is now. And remember, the 1994 D Thomas Jefferson nickel might just be the coin that takes your financial future to the next level. Are you sitting on a goldmine? Right now, in your coin collection, you may have a coin worth more than you ever imagined, a coin that could be worth $1 million. It's not a dream, it's the incredible truth about a rare 1996 P. Thomas Jefferson nickel that's caught the eye of collectors and investors alike. Stay with me until the end of this video because what I'm about to share could change your life forever. Let's start with a story. You're scrolling through old coins, flipping through a box of pennies and nickels passed down through generations or maybe just collected over the years without much thought. Most of them seem like, well, just coins. Then, one day, you come across a 1996p Thomas Jefferson nickel. Looks pretty ordinary, right? Maybe a little worn, but it doesn't seem anything special. But what if I told you that this coin, in the right condition, could be worth a fortune? I'm talking up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A nickel, that you might have tucked away, could change your financial future forever. You may be asking, how is that possible? How could a 1996 coin be worth so much? Well, it's all in the minting error. There's a rare version of this coin that has a specific mistake in its design, one that collectors have been willing to pay huge amounts for. But here's the catch. Only certain 1996p nickels are worth this kind of money. So, you need to pay close attention. Let me tell you why these coins are so valuable. A few decades ago, the US Mint made an error that has become one of the most sought after in coin collecting history. The 1996p Jefferson nickel was supposed to be minted in a specific way, but a mistake was made in the die that struck the coin. These errors are extremely rare. Not every 1996p is valuable, but the ones with the error are worth up to $1 million. But why does this happen? And what can you do if you find one? So, what exactly is the error, and how can you spot it? The 1996p Thomas Jefferson nickel in question has a distinctive die crack that appears across the reverse of the coin. If you look closely at the coin's reverse side, where you see Monticello, the crack forms a pattern that makes the coin unique. It's so rare that it's only been found in a limited number of coins, making them extremely valuable to collectors. But here's where things get even crazier. People who are desperate to get their hands on these coins are willing to pay thousands, tens of thousands, or even $1 million for one in pristine condition. It's not just about the error, it's about the rarity of finding one that's still in good shape. Most of these coins have been worn down, used, and circulated over the years, but the ones in top-tier condition? They're practically priceless. The key here is that you have to know what you're looking for. There are thousands of people out there scouring through old change, hoping to find a coin like this. So, what happens if you discover one of these elusive coins? That's when the real journey begins. You'll need to know where to sell it, how to evaluate its worth, and how to make sure you get the highest possible price. You don't want to make the mistake of selling it for less than its value. Trust me, the last thing you want is to unknowingly let a small fortune slip through your fingers. So, imagine this, you're just like every other person at the checkout line, cashing in your coins, waiting for the cashier to hand you a couple bucks back. But what if you could leave with thousands instead? Crazy, right? Now, let's get real. It's one thing to have a rare coin, but it's another to turn that into actual wealth. The coin market is more than just a hobby, it's a multi-million-dollar industry. And with the current rise in interest for rare coins, timing is everything. If you don't act soon, you could miss the boat. The window of opportunity to sell these rare coins for top dollar is constantly closing. The demand for these rarities is growing, and the prices are escalating. But how do you take action? Well, first, you need to get your coins evaluated by a professional. Don't just take anyone's word for it. Get a certified numismatist or take the coin to a trusted coin dealer to make sure you're not missing out on its true worth. And trust me, if you have the rare 1996p Jefferson nickel with the die crack error, you're sitting on something that could be worth a fortune. Don't let it sit in your drawer. And here's the real kicker. In just a few moments, I'm going to reveal where the highest bids for this coin are coming from and exactly how you can cash in on them. You're not going to want to miss this, so keep watching. Because if you know how to market and sell the right coin at the right time, you could be on your way to a lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But don't wait too long. Like I said, the coin world is competitive. These rare finds don't last forever. Are you ready to turn that forgotten coin collection into your ticket to wealth? Stay tuned, because up next, I'm going to show you the next steps to take to make this happen. A simple nickel in your pocket, overlooked, forgotten. Now, imagine discovering that same coin is worth more than your home, your car, possibly your entire savings. Sounds crazy, right? But the 2000p Thomas Jefferson nickel could turn that wild dream into your reality. Yes, your reality. If you've got one of these hidden gems, you might be sitting on a life-changing fortune. And the best part? You won't know unless you keep watching. Here's the kicker: most people throw these coins into jars or vending machines, completely unaware of their true value. But not you, not today. Today, I'll reveal what makes this coin so special, how to identify if yours is worth millions, and the exact steps to cash in before it's too late. Oh, and by the way, there's a surprising twist at the end. Stick with me, because this is one you don't want to miss. But first, let's unravel the mystery behind this unassuming nickel. Let's talk about why the 2000p mint mark Thomas Jefferson nickel is causing such a stir in the coin collecting world. It starts with a little-known minting error. In 2000, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels. However, a small batch of these coins ended up with critical imperfections, die cracks, off-center strikes, and even double die errors. These flaws turned a common nickel into an extraordinary treasure. Here's the kicker: the value of these coins skyrockets not just because of their rarity but because of the demand. Collectors will pay top dollar, scratch that, top millions, for coins like these. And let's be honest, if someone's willing to trade a mansion for a nickel, wouldn't you want to know why? Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if my nickel is the jackpot? Great question. Still wondering how much these nickels actually sell for? Let's dive into the numbers, and the stories of those who've struck it rich. Ready for the big reveal. A flawless 2000p Jefferson nickel with a double die error recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.2 million at auction. That's not a typo, $1.2 million for a single coin. Even more common versions have fetched tens of thousands. One coin enthusiast sold a moderately rare 2000p nickel for $20,000 and used it to pay off their mortgage. Imagine explaining to your banker, "Yeah, I paid it off with pocket change." Now, here's where the excitement turns into urgency. The value of these rare coins is climbing fast as more collectors enter the market. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that someone else will claim the fortune hiding in plain sight. Don't let procrastination rob you of your chance at wealth. What if the nickel sitting in your drawer right now is worth thousands, or millions, but you never bother to check, inspect your change? Start with any nickels from the year 2000, specifically those with the P mint mark. Get an expert opinion. Reach out to a trusted coin appraiser to confirm its value. Cash in, whether through an auction, private sale, or online marketplace. You could turn your pocket change into a life-changing payout. And here's the twist I promised: there's a rumor about a different rare coin connected to the Jefferson series that might be even more valuable. But that's a story for another video. So, check your pockets, check your drawers, and who knows? You might just be one nickel away from the life you've always dreamed of. 2002 P. Jefferson nickel might just be that golden ticket. Yes, a simple nickel. But this isn't any ordinary nickel. This one has the potential to make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the nickels in your spare change? Go ahead, take a mental note. Because if you're not looking, you could be missing out on millions. Don't believe me? Stick around, and I'll show you why this coin could be the ultimate life changer for you and your family. But here's the kicker: not every 2002 P nickel is worth a fortune. Are you holding the right one? Let's find out together. First, let's dive into why the 2002 P Jefferson nickel is so special. In 2002, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced millions of these coins. But here's the twist: some of these nickels were struck with rare errors or unusual features, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. Errors like double die obverse, misplaced mint marks, or off-center strikes are what turn an everyday nickel into a millionaire's dream. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Imagine a coin collector stumbling across one of these rare 2002 P nickels and selling it for thousands, or even millions, at an auction. Yes, this has happened. These unique coins often sell for astronomical prices because collectors are willing to pay big bucks for coins that are both rare and pristine. But here's the critical question: how can you tell if your nickel is the one everyone's hunting for? Let's break it down. Look closely at the coin's details under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Focus on the mint mark, P, on the obverse side. Is there doubling in the lettering? Is there an unusual texture on Jefferson's face? Maybe even a slight shift in the minting design. If you spot something unique, you could be sitting on a gold mine. But don't get too comfortable just yet. Here's a little insider tip: many people overlook the condition of their coins. Even if your nickel has a rare feature, its value drops dramatically if it's scratched or worn out. So, keeping your coins in pristine condition isn't just important, it's everything. Let's pause for a second. Have you ever thought about the irony here? People spend their lives working for money, but money, like a single nickel, could actually do the work for you. Crazy, right? So, where does that leave us? By now, you're probably itching to go through your spare change, and you should. The thrill of finding a rare coin like the 2002 P Jefferson nickel isn't just about the money, it's about rewriting your story. A single discovery could mean early retirement, paying off that mortgage, or finally taking that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. But here's the catch: rare coins like this don't stay secret for long. As collectors and investors continue snapping them up, their scarcity increases, and so does their value. Time is of the essence. If you're serious about turning spare change into life-changing wealth, the time to act is now. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this: could you be the next person to unearth a millionaire coin? There's only one way to find out. Start checking those nickels, and don't stop until you've uncovered the treasure you deserve. And remember, in my next video, I'll reveal another coin that's skyrocketing in value, and this one might even top the 2002 P Jefferson nickel. Curious? Make sure you don't miss it. If this video has sparked your curiosity or inspired you to take action, hit that like button and subscribe for more treasure hunting tips. Share this video with someone who could use an extra million or two in their life. The clock is ticking, don't let the opportunity pass you by. See you in the next one. Let's start with a question: what if the spare change sitting in your pocket right now could be your golden ticket to financial freedom? Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, it's not. Right now, there's a 2008 D Jefferson nickel out there that has shocked collectors, auction houses, and even the US Mint. And yes, it could be worth millions. Stick with me, because in this video, I'll reveal what makes this humble nickel so valuable, how to spot one, and the exact steps to take to cash in if you're lucky enough to own one. But here's the kicker: time is not on your side. Before we dive in, quick poll: how often do you actually check your change? Think about it. If the answer is almost never, you're not alone, but that might cost you. And don't worry, I won't ask you to turn into a full-time coin detective, unless you're into magnifying glasses and metal detectors. But in all seriousness, the story of the 2008 D Jefferson nickel is no joke. Let me take you back to the year 2008, a time of economic turmoil, a housing market crash, and financial uncertainty. Little did anyone know, one small coin minted in Denver that year would go on to create major waves in the numismatic world. Here's the million-dollar question: what makes a 2008 D Jefferson nickel worth so much? It's not just any nickel from 2008. This rare coin stands out for one reason: an extraordinary minting error. Coins with minting errors are like finding a diamond in the rough. Most people don't notice them, but collectors, oh, they'll pay handsomely for them. Now, this is where things get exciting. The 2008 D nickel we're talking about has a dramatic doubling on Jefferson's profile, especially around the eyes and mouth. Some call it the Ghost Jefferson, and trust me, it's as eerie as it is valuable. Why? Because errors like this almost never leave the mint. They're destroyed before circulation. But every so often, a few escape into the wild, like treasure waiting to be found. Here's where the urgency comes in. These coins are disappearing from circulation as collectors snap them up. Auction records show that one of these nickels sold for over $1.20 million. Imagine that for a second. One small, ordinary-looking coin could fund your dream home, retirement, or even that luxury vacation you've been putting off. But how do you know if you have one? Could one of these rare nickels already be in your possession? Don't start digging through your couch cushions just yet, because there's more you need to know. First, check the coin's date. It must be from 2008 with a D mint mark, which you'll find just below Monticello on the back. Next, look closely at Jefferson's face. Do you see any doubling? If you're not sure, grab a magnifying glass or take the coin to a local coin dealer, and no, you don't need to squint at every nickel like Sherlock Holmes at a crime scene. Just focus on those key details. If you find what you think might be the error coin, take action. Don't toss it back into your change jar or, heaven forbid, spend it on a cup of coffee. Instead, get it professionally appraised. The Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS, is your best friend here. Here's why this matters. The value of these coins is skyrocketing. As more collectors recognize the rarity of the 2008 D Jefferson nickel, demand will only increase. But that also means counterfeits are flooding the market. This is why authenticity is everything. So what happens if you do find one? Could it really be your ticket to financial freedom? And what's the next step to selling it for top dollar? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In my next video, I'll walk you through the secrets to negotiating with collectors and auction houses to ensure you get the full value for your rare coin. Now, it's your turn. Check your pockets, drawers, and that forgotten piggy bank. Don't let the opportunity to change your life slip away. Remember, the most valuable treasures are often hiding in plain sight. The question is, will you be the one to find them? Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next video might just help you unlock the true value of your hidden fortune.